have to wait for the person outside to stop doing their yard work because it's too loud and it'll be in the background of your video, and then you realize that person is your husband? The sabotage. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So at the very end of 2020, I went ahead and put up a video talking about 10 brands that I wanted to potentially try in 2021. So I figured I would come on, make a video updating you guys on which of the 10 that I ended up trying, what I tried, my thoughts on them, if I liked the brand, if I didn't, if there were some duds, all of the above for you guys. Before we get started, don't forget I'm uploading every single day this month. I'm so excited about that. If you like this video while you're watching it, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. It really does help my channel out. And other than that, if you're excited and you want a little bit of an update on the 10 brands I wanted to try in 2021, then let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna go ahead and have that video linked up in the eye and down below for you because quite a few of you guys were not here back then a year ago when I put that video up. I have been super lucky that I have grown in subscribers over the past year, which I'm very happy and grateful about. You don't have to watch the video because I'm gonna kind of like give you a synopsis of what I said in that video, but in case you want to, it is there for you. Also, I wanted to let you know that this video idea was created by Samantha March. I want to say she did it for the first time back in 2017, and then slowly over the years, people have participated and started doing their own spin on it. So I will have Samantha's YouTube channel linked down below for you so you can go and check her out. So I did not try very many of the brands. I only tried 4. Well, 4 out of 10. Well, that's 40%. That's a failing grade. But I tried 4 out of the 10 brands. Also, before we get started, let me know if this is something that you want me to do again in 2022 and talk about the brands I want to try in 2022. I don't know if I can make a list of 10. I remember last year it was pretty difficult for me to come up with 10 brands. Well, I guess I already have 6, but I feel like I'm going to take some of these off. Anyways, let me know if you want me to do this again. I already have a list of like 3 brand new brands I want to test out. So in the comments, let me know. Would you be interested in seeing that? If you are, I will definitely film that for you. So the first brand I talked about in that video was Cosmetics. And boy, did I try Cosmetics this year. Yes, I tried quite a few things from Cosmetics this year. I hadn't tried anything before this year, and now I have quite the little pile of items. I'm not going to say that I tried everything from the brand, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on the products that I really love and recommend from Cosmetics, and the products that I'm like, you could probably pass and save your money because it's not the cheapest brand out there. I went ahead and made my first order from them when they were having a sale at one point earlier in the year, and then I was lucky enough to receive a PR package from them, and then I bought a couple other things after that as well. I do have a full face of Cosmetics that I can link in the eye and down below for you in case you missed it, if you want to see these products like more in action. But I figured I would just kind of go through what I love and what I don't. So hands down, I 1,000,000% recommend their blushes to you guys. I love these blushes so much, specifically their powder blushes though. I did try their serum blush, their like liquidy serum blush. I personally did not love it at all. It was way too dewy on me and it didn't have a ton of pigmentation. So I ended up passing that along to a friend. But their powder blushes, I love with my entire heart. So they're called their Heaven's Glow blushes. And as of right now, they have 3 shades and I own all 3 shades. I am hoping that they come out with more shades in the future because this formulation is just chef's kiss. I love it. The first one I have is the shade Magic Hour, which is just such a beautiful like peachy pinky sort of shade. And then I also have Faded Clementine. This was the one that I purchased with my own money. The other 2 were sent to me in PR, but I would have bought them. I would have bought them. So Faded Clementine is just a beautiful like peachy orangey terracotta sort of shade. And then the one that I actually have on my cheeks right now is called Venetian Rose. I think it is absolutely stunning on the cheeks. What I love about these blushes, they look so airbrushed on your cheeks, and they give like a little bit of sheen and shine. If you can see, they have a little bit of like luminosity to them, but it's not anything too crazy. It doesn't emphasize your pores, emphasize texture or anything like that. It just gives your face a beautiful glow. I hands down, this is the one item I definitely recommend from them. And then the other items that I think you should definitely check out are their eyeshadow palettes. They actually have 3 of them, but I only have 2. The one that I purchased with my own money is their Magic Hour one. So this is called their Divine Skies eyeshadow palette. And again, this is in Magic Hour. These mattes are the butteriest mattes ever. They are so smooth and silky soft, but not in a way that's like they have too much kick up in the pan, they have follow on the face, like none of that. They're beautifully pigmented, not too much, not too little, and these shimmers are very impactful. And then I also have this one right here, which is in the shade Venetian Rose. I've used this one a little bit less than the Magic Hour one, but it's just as beautiful. Just like in Magic Hour, these mattes are buttery soft, super smooth. The shimmers are intensely impactful on your eyes. They just look beautiful. I didn't have the hindsight to use either one of these on my eyes today. If you are curious about any of the makeup that I have on, I will have it listed and linked down below for you to check out, but I did not use either one of these this morning when I was getting ready. That was definitely my fault. And then I have quite a few other things from M Cosmetics that I want to just touch on. It's not that I dislike any of these products. I just feel like for a lot of them, you could probably find an alternative that's a little bit cheaper, less expensive. I don't want to say cheaper, but less expensive, because these are pricey. Like, they're pricey products, and I don't know. Again, I don't dislike them, but the first one is their Daydream Cushion SPF Cushion Tint. So I have the shade Cloud Dream Fair Light. So I like this, but I personally just don't love it because it doesn't have a ton of coverage to it, which I just like full coverage. The puff that comes with it, awful. I like never use it, but it is more of that like cushiony foundation. It looks a little dark in the pan, but it really does match me when I apply it. It's a nice product. I think it looks pretty on the skin. It lasts a while. However, again, it's just light coverage, and I prefer more coverage. So if you don't mind light to medium, little bit buildable coverage, I actually think you would enjoy this. I also have their Sunscape highlighter in the shade Clarity. So that is what this looks like. When you see this in the pan, it looks intense and beautiful and stunning. It's the highlighter I have on today. I just don't think there's anything special about it. And this is $38. So if you are going to splurge on a highlighter and spend a lot of money on a highlighter, I recommend Becca highlighters. Well, Smashbox now because they bought Becca. Their highlighters, the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlighters, are absolutely stunning. The Nabla Skin Glazing Highlight, I have the shade Ozone. It's cheaper than this one, and I think it is way more stunning personally. I just feel like for the price of $38, it's pretty, it is, but I don't love the goldy tone, and I just feel like I wanted more from it. I just expected more. Same thing with this product right here. This is their Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadow in the shade Moonrise. So this is like a really impactful, intense, metallic sort of eyeshadow, and it's very, very creamy. It's a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow. Truly is. Like, look at that. And it really does look like that on your eye. However, this creases very badly. So I like this. I think it's beautiful. I just hate that I have to be so finicky and just really watch it throughout the day and tap. When you tap it out, it goes away. But like, I just don't want this expensive and this beautiful of an eyeshadow to crease on me throughout the day, you know what I mean? Earlier in the year, they also did release stick products. So this is their bronzer and then their blush. I went ahead and picked up the shade Summer in the bronzer and then Lychee in the blush. So this is what Summer looks like. It's just a little bit too warm for me, unfortunately. I wish I would have got their cool tone one instead. I forget what that one was called. And then this is a really pretty blush shade, but the couple of times that I have reached for these stick products, they fade on me throughout the day. Also, I just feel like M Cosmetics doesn't have good enough swatch pictures whenever they release something for you to make an educated decision on what shade to buy for yourself. When the bronzer sticks first released, I had the hardest time deciding if I wanted this one, which was the more warm tone one, or the more cool tone one. I thought the cool tone one was going to be too deep and dark on me. However, after they released and other people started posting swatches and, you know, doing reviews on them, I realized like, oh no, the cool tone definitely would have worked out for my fair skin, but I just feel like I didn't know that. And same thing for the highlight. This was the lightest one in Clarity, and it is a little bit deep and dark for me. I feel like I would have maybe gone with the more pinky tone one, which is the next one. I don't remember the name, I'm so sorry. But I don't know. I just feel like they don't do a very good job of swatch pictures, which is such a bummer because you're spending quite a bit of money on these products. You want to really make sure you're picking the right shade. But these ones, I mean, it's not like the shades are terrible for me. They're just not my favorite cream, blush, and bronzer. I would pick a ton more formulations over these. And last but certainly not least, I have a couple lip products to talk about from M Cosmetics. The first one is their Morning Dew just clear lip gloss. I heard so many good things about this clear lip gloss that it's like the best clear lip gloss ever, but it's just a clear lip gloss. Don't take a shot every time I say clear lip gloss. It's just a lip gloss. There's really nothing special about it. Is it dewy? Is it pretty? Does it make my lips look pretty? Yeah, sure, I guess. But for the price, you could probably just buy any clear lip gloss, in my opinion. I know some people like feel very strongly about this and love that one. And then I also have a couple of their True Glosses. These two were sent to me in PR. The other one I did purchase. This is in Secret Blush and this is in Magic Hour. These are very pretty. I don't think I would go out of my way to purchase more of them. These are very pigmented glosses, so you can just wear them on their own. You can wear them over lipsticks, over lip liner. They're kind of versatile in the sense, which is very nice. This one was Secret Blush and this one was a Magic Hour. I like these, but again, I just don't know if I would recommend them for the price. And like I said, I'm not really gonna buy more of them. So that was kind of like a really, I was gonna say really quick, but not really. I feel like I've been talking about them for like 15 minutes at this point. But that was just kind of my synopsis of the things that I have tried from M Cosmetics. Oh shoot, I have brow products too. Hold on. I forgot that they also sent me brow products in PR. So they sent me their Micro Fluff Sculpting Brow Cream in the shade Universal Taupe. And it has like a really tiny spoolie, which is super nice. And then they also sent me their fine liner brown pencil in the shade Light Taupe. So it's just like a really tiny tipped pencil. I love both of these. I highly recommend both of these. It would go in the same category as the eyeshadow palettes and the blushes because they are just lovely. They look so pretty in my brows. They fill them in so nicely, but not too intensely, too dark, anything like that. I love both of these. But yeah, those were quite a few of the items from M Cosmetics that I did try this year. Again, I was lucky enough to be sent a PR package, but I also, you know, shout out some money. I shout out some money to try these products. Some of them I love, some of them I don't, but I don't know. I just wanted to give you my reviews on what I have tried so you can then go ahead and make a better decision for yourself on what you would possibly want to try from M Cosmetics. I promise I'm not going to talk that long about every single one of these brands. I just had tried a lot from M Cosmetics, and then this next one I will probably talk about for quite a while too because I have quite a few products from them as well. And then from then on out, I either didn't try the brand at all or I only have like one item. So the other brands will go quicker, I promise. But the next brand I talked about in that video was Half Cake Makeup. So I just recently tried Half Cake Makeup last month. I was realizing, like, Emily, you didn't try a lot of these brands. And I really did want to try Half Cake Makeup, so I went ahead and made an order. Again, kind of like M Cosmetics. I have a full face of Half Cake Makeup that I put up a couple weeks back. I can have linked in the eye and down below for you. But I have tried quite a few things from them. The first thing being their eyeshadow palette. This is their 9 pigment palette, and this is in the Your Eyes Only one. This is a very simple, everyday, neutrally sort of palette. It really is just a nice warm tone palette. Did I already own these shades before I bought this palette? Yes, 1,000,000%. However, I'm actually really impressed by this baby right here. I think it is beautiful. My only thing is that this is the deepest matte, so you can't really go too deep with your looks. It's not the end of the world, but it is something that I like to note because I do like to have a pretty deep, dark outer corner, and I can't really get that with this unless I use this shimmer. But the mattes blend beautifully. They look lovely on the eyes. They don't get patchy. And then the shimmers are like impactful and punchy, but they don't have like a ton of fallout on the face. They don't crease throughout the day. Like, I am very impressed with this little palette right here. I kind of want to buy the other one, the cool tone one. I also have quite a few of their cream blushes. So this is kind of what Half Cake Makeup is mainly known for, is their little cream products and these cute little heart components. I think they are adorable. So the first one that I ended up purchasing myself was called Disco Lemonade. I didn't really purchase it myself. They accidentally sent me the wrong blush shade, but that's okay. They ended up correcting it and sent me the right blush shade, and they actually threw in a couple other goodies as well, which I thought was really sweet of them to do, to kind of like make up for sending me the wrong blush shade. But this one was called Disco Lemonade. And then the one that I actually wanted to purchase that they ended up sending to me was this one right here, which is called Yacht Week. And then they also went ahead and sent me Angel as well. They did send me another shade too, but it's a little bit deep and dark, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to a friend because it looks like it's gonna be too dark for my fair skin. So here we have Disco Lemonade, then we have Yacht Week, and then we have Angel. So if you can tell, these are very emollient. They are very emollient. They're pretty pigmented as well. You do have to build them up a little bit, but you're definitely going to get pigmentation with them. I have found my favorite way to wear these blushes and then the bronzer I'm going to talk about in a second is putting it on a not set face and then just setting powder over top of it. When I use them on their own and don't set them down with some sort of powder product on top, they are a little bit too emollient and too sticky for me. My hair gets stuck in them. They're beautiful and dewy and shiny on your skin. So if you like that like wet, dewy look, I think you would really like these blushes. But for me personally, I just don't love that feeling of a not set face. So setting it with powder on top is like the perfect combination for me because you still get the beautiful pigmentation of the blush shades, but it sets it down and makes it look a little bit more matte on the skin. It isn't sticky or anything like that. And you really can still see the pigmentation through the powder, which I love. I also have a cream bronzer from them. This is their cheek and lip tint in the shade Morning View. I love this bronzer. It is the most perfect bronzer shade for my fair skin. It just is like neutral, but still bronzy, still a little bit warm, but not too warm or too orange or anything like that. It just bronzes up my face in the most beautiful way. Again, I did not have the hindsight to use this today. I am so sorry. I definitely should have thought that through before I was getting ready this morning, but it just goes on so nicely. It blends out effortlessly. Again, it looks beautiful with powder over top of it. It makes it look like a powder bronzer, but with the most perfect neutrally undertone for my fair skin. I also went ahead and purchased their cheek and lip tint in the shade Sugar Cookie. I don't love this. This is a highlighter. It just doesn't really have any pigmentation to it. It's kind of more of like a balmy sort of consistency, which I just don't love because I don't want that on my face. Like I put it right here. Like, yeah, you can barely see it. It doesn't show up too well. And again, I don't like that feeling of like a stickiness, and that's kind of what this is because there isn't really any pigmentation to it. When I put it on, it just looks like a wet, it makes your face look wet. So again, if you like that, you might like this. But I just don't like that feeling, so then I want to set it, but then there's no pigmentation behind it, so then it doesn't look like a highlight. Does that make sense? They also sent me in that order that they were correcting my blush shade. They sent me their No Chill Luster Stick Lighter. So this is a stick highlighter. I have not had a chance to try this out quite yet. However, I feel like I'm going to like it way more than their cheek and lip tint highlighter. This is in the shade Champagne Shower. Let's go ahead and do a swatch of this. Oh yeah, so that's right there. Oh, I hope it's not too dark. Oh shoot. Yeah, this might be a highlighter that I have to use in the summertime when I have a little bit of tan going on, but that looks really pretty. I like that there is an actual pigmentation and shade behind it. Then I tried out their Totally Tubular Mascara. This is their ultimate one. So it has the nice spiky wand that I prefer in a mascara wand. It does kind of get all over the wand if you can tell. However, that's fine with me because it doesn't do anything weird to my lashes. It doesn't make them clumpy, and I feel like it really does make them look long and not clumpy, but I don't think it really does much for volume. It doesn't make them look more full, if that makes sense. I do like this. I'm definitely going to use up this tube, but I don't think I would repurchase this. And then lastly, I have a couple lippy products that I tried out from them. This is their, no, lip fondant, I think is what it's called. It's basically their liquid lipstick, and this is in the shade Fangirl. And then I also have their lip gloss. I'm not sure the name of it, but it's their lip gloss in the shade Cake Baby. So here we have Fangirl and here we have Cake Baby. So Fangirl is their liquid lipstick, like I said. I absolutely love this shade on my lips. I think it looks beautiful and stunning. It's a little bit thinner of a formula, which is nice. However, it is a little bit drying. I will say that, so be a little careful if you don't like drying liquid lipsticks, but I feel like it lasts for a pretty long time on the lips. It's not super uncomfortable, even though it's a little drying, and I love the shade. And as far as their lip gloss, I like this, I do. It's a little bit thick on the lips and a little bit like sticky. However, this is a nice, pretty, like neutrally sort of shade, and it smells good. So, you know, it's not like the worst gloss ever, but I don't think I'll be purchasing more of this. So those are the items that I tried from Half Cake. Again, I have that video for you to check out of the full face so you can see them more in action. And I have used these like here and there on other Get Ready With Me's as well. But all in all, I really do love this brand, and I'm excited to try more from them in the future. And I'm happy that I tried them out in 2021. The third brand that I said I wanted to try out was Collidos Makeup. So I think that their eyeshadows look absolutely stunning, as well as their highlighters. I just did not get a chance to try them this year. I will say their collaboration palette with Angelica Nyquist, Angie is what people call her here on YouTube. It looked absolutely stunning. It was the Club Nebula palette. It was nice and colorful, but had a couple neutrals in there. And I saw so many positive reviews on that palette. I saw so many people loving that palette, and it truly looked beautiful. I definitely like gave a little double take quite a few times. I almost ordered it a few times. However, at this point, it was a collab palette and it is gone, and I cannot get my hands on it, unfortunately, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I have 1,000 eyeshadow palettes back there, but this is still a brand I would like to still try in the future. I just didn't get a chance to try it this year. The fourth brand I wanted to try was Sigma. Can you believe I have not tried Sigma in the past? Like, I just couldn't believe it. So I like kind of try, I did try Sigma, but I didn't really buy any of their brushes. I wanted to try their brushes as well as their makeup, and I didn't really try any of their brushes. I never ordered a set or anything like that. I've heard amazing things, so they're still on my list to try in the future. However, I did get to try their Enchanted palette. I was so excited to try this out, and actually I got a chance to try this because my friend Kirsten on here, her YouTube channel is Kirsten's Makeup Vanity. I will have it linked down below for you to check out. She is the sweetest ever. I love her channel. I love her. Definitely check her out. But she messaged me and she was like, hey, I know you really want to try the Enchanted palette. I bought it. I don't like it. I've only used it a couple times. I'm just going to send it to you if you don't mind, and you can try it out, which I thought was so stinking sweet of her. That was so kind of her to send this to me. She could have done anything else with this palette, gave it to a friend, a family member, sold it, and she thought to give it to me, which I thought was so incredibly sweet. So I finally got to try the Sigma's eyeshadow formulation. Again, this is the Enchanted palette. I just had my eyes on this for so long. You do get the double-ended brush, but I haven't tried it, which is like, why? I don't know, because I want to try Sigma brushes and I have one right here. Like, I should, anyways. I love the color story of this. I think it's absolutely stunning. Is it my favorite palette ever? No, and I kind of think it's for the same reasons that Kirsten didn't like it. The shades in here are a little hard to pair together, and some of these shimmers are more topper shades, which is just kind of hard when you're planning your look around a shimmer that you think is going to be impactful and pigmented and opaque, and then you put it on your eye and it's not. You're like, oh, well, that's not what I thought it was gonna look like. So like this one here is a little bit more toppery. This one's a little bit more toppery. This one ends up looking just a little bit deeper on your eye than maybe it does in the pan. I don't think I would ever really use this gold shade, but for the most part, I think this palette is beautiful. I am very grateful that Kirsten sent it to me and I got a chance to try it. I am excited to keep playing with it. I just need to, I feel like I need to do a 1 week 1 palette on this and just really deep dive into it and make 5 different looks on it and really try all of the shades. I haven't really had a chance to do that quite yet since she sent it to me. So let me know, would you like to see a 1 week 1 palette on this? Because I definitely can do that. Regardless of my thoughts on this palette, thank you so much to Kirsten for sending this to me. You're amazing. Definitely check her out. The next brand was Makeup Geek, and I did not get a chance to try Makeup Geek this year. I wanted to try their eyeshadow palettes. Do they have like pre-made eyeshadow palettes, or is it only make your own? I don't remember. I would have probably just made my own palette on their website and put in, you know, whatever shades that I wanted. But as you will see in an upcoming video in the next couple of weeks, I am going to rank all of the eyeshadow palettes that I did get a chance to try in 2021, and you guys, it was a lot. So I'm not complaining. I love eyeshadow, but unfortunately I just did not get a chance to try Makeup Geek this year. They're still on my list. I still would like to try them in the future, just didn't get a chance to. Then we have Persona Cosmetics. So I had said in that video that I had already tried one of their liquid lipsticks in the shade Holy Grail. It is like one of my favorite red liquid lipsticks ever. It is absolutely stunning, but I like cheated and still put Persona Cosmetics in there because I wanted to try other items from them. I said I wanted to try their blushes, which I did not try, and I wanted to try their Identity palette. If you are not new here, then you know my struggle with the Identity palette. I bought it on sale during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I was so stinking pumped to try that palette out. Everyone loves it. It just looks like a really beautiful palette. Then I tried it. I didn't love it, guys. I really didn't. The mattes, pretty much all the mattes were deep, dark shades. And I'm the type of person that I like having a gradient of mattes so I can go on with a light, a medium, and then a little bit deeper and like build up in my crease on the outer corner and really make a blended ombre sort of effect. And I just felt like I couldn't get that with that palette. The shimmers were pretty, but they weren't super intense and impactful. So I ended up returning it to Ulta, which I was super bummed about because I don't like returning makeup, but I just knew that I wasn't going to use it. So I think I'm just kind of done trying Persona Cosmetics for now. I know they have a couple other products, like some brow products. I think they have other lip products. I think I would still purchase another one of their liquid lips. They have like a really bright orangey coral shade. I don't remember the name, but that looks pretty. But other than that, I think I'm just like, I'm good with Persona Cosmetics for now. I mean, I'm gonna keep my eye out and see what they release in the future, but yeah, I don't think I want to try anything else. Next up, we have Zoeva Cosmetics, another one I didn't get a chance to try out. I really wanted to try their foundation out. I just heard really amazing things about it, that it was nice coverage, it wore well, it looked pretty on the skin, all the things you want in a foundation. However, I will say, when I was working at Ulta, we had Zoeva in my store, and I remember looking at that foundation many times, swatching it many times, trying to decide if I really did want to buy it and try it out. And I just could not figure out a shade that I thought would match me well. I feel like they were all too yellow, if I remember correctly. That was a couple months ago at this point. But yeah, after seeing the actual products in person, I wasn't really intrigued by the foundation anymore, any of their eyeshadow palettes. They have a couple brushes that I like looked at, but just really wasn't, you know, interested in after that either. So I'm gonna go ahead and check Zoeva off the list of brands I want to try. I don't think I want to try them anymore. Also, I'm not sure what's going on with them because they were like 50% off for a really long time when I was working at Ulta, and then I don't know if they're like leaving Ulta, if they were just on sale for a long time. So I'm not entirely sure like what's going on with that brand. Then we have the lip bar. Again, didn't get a chance to try. From here on out, I didn't try any of these brands, so just let you know. But I didn't get a chance to try the lip bar either. I don't know. I just never. I don't know. I just didn't. I don't really have anything else to say besides I just didn't. I never made an order on their website. I never really saw anything in my Target that intrigued me that I wanted to try. I think I would still try them in the future, but they're not like on my active list to try at the moment. I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove them from the list of brands I want to try. But Kirsten really likes their face palette. It comes with like a setting powder and then a bronzer, blush, and highlight. So I would maybe be intrigued to try that in the future, but I'm not really a face palette kind of girl. I don't use them too often. So yeah, didn't try them and probably won't in the future either. Then I talked about Aether Beauty. Didn't try it out. I don't know what's going on with Aether Beauty either. Kind of like Zoeva with Ulta, Aether Beauty used to be in Sephora and it's not anymore. And I don't know why. That was one of the main reasons I just never ended up trying it, because when I went to go purchase one of their palettes, they weren't on Sephora's website anymore. So I think you can still purchase them, but I feel like I went to their website too to look at palettes to purchase from their website, and they didn't really have any, if I remember. I mean, that was a couple months ago at this point, but it's like, I just don't know what's happening with them. Are they going out of business? Are they just like rebranding, relaunching? So I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna keep my eye on them and see like what's going on, but I didn't try them and I really don't have any like want or need to try them anymore either. And then the last brand I talked about wanting to try in 2021 was JD Glow Cosmetics. I still am intrigued by their single eyeshadows. I still think that they look absolutely stunning, like so reflective, so intense and impactful on your lids. However, I'm not a single shadow kind of girl. I kind of always knew that about myself, but I'm slowly really coming to the realization that I just don't reach for single shadows ever. I really only reach for palettes. So I'm gonna also go ahead and take JD Glow Cosmetics off my list. Let me know if that's a mistake. Have you tried them? Should I put them back on? Should I actually really bite the bullet and make an order? Because they do look so pretty, but I just don't know if I would get any use out of anything I bought from them. And that was it, you guys. That was my 10 brands that I wanted to try in 2021. A little update for you guys, letting you know which of them I tried and then my thoughts on the products that I did try. Let me know down below on the brands that I didn't get a chance to try. Should I still try them? Like, let me know. Do you love these brands? Are there products from them that are like your holy grails that you are thinking like, Emma, you're crazy, you need to try them? Let a girl know down below in the comments, please. Other than that, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're awesome. I love you. Please subscribe if you have not yet, and I will see you tomorrow in my next video. Bye, guys.